There's no way out of here. When you come in, you're in for good.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is TT. Hopefully this works. I'm right by the ocean. I thought I'd try and give you a shot in the background while I ramble on to some neat little waves, a cool little spot. Hopefully my microphone is working and we're getting some good audio. So here we go. These are my top 10 stupid ideas that do harm. Hit it. Number 10. Conspiracy theories. Look, sometimes there are conspiracies. No one will argue that. But not everything needs 20 conspiracy theories. So yeah, what's the harm with the conspiracy theory? Well, in short, it is number 10 on the list. But it just makes people stupid and they fail to apply any critical thinking to these things, and they grow. They make money for people like Alex Jones who can fleece the gullible. So yeah, it's kind of harmful. We should just stop doing them. Number 9. Ancient knowledge. This is the idea that ancient knowledge is somehow good just because it's ancient. You can look up all kinds of goofy stuff about ancient ideas that are just flat out wrong. They still persist. All kinds of ancient Chinese herbs. So what's the harm? Well, not only is it just kind of stupid, but it drives the extinction of many plants and animals that otherwise would not need to be. Rhino horns? Come on now. So yeah, lots of things we can point to that make that harmful. Humanity should take a pass. Number 8. Alternative medicines. So here primarily I'm going to, there are all kinds of alternative medicines, of course, yes. But in this particular case, I'm going to be referring to homeopathy. This has got to be one of the dumbest ideas ever. Yeah, I know it's not ranking too high on my list, but it's a dumb idea. So, most of my subscribers already know what this is all about, but it's the idea that less is more when it comes to medicines. So by the time you get to about a 12C dilution, yeah, there's no molecules left of anything in that there pill. And yet it's $1 billion industry. Folks are getting fleeced of their money at a rapid rate. And the only thing that homeopathy can offer these folks is a placebo. I mean, a placebo has a benefit, and that's true. So what's the harm? What's the harm with homeopathy? Well, it fleeces gullible people out of their money by the billions, and it actually can do some harm. Some child that maybe has a 10-day cold will have to put up with all 10 days, where if he went to a real doctor, he might be able to knock those days down in half with some real medicine. So there's some unneeded suffering that goes on with homeopathy, and so that's the harm. Number 7. Alright, this is the anti-biotechnology crowd, also known as the anti-GMOers. Yeah, these people are pretty much dead against anything that's dubbed a GMO, which is really a slang term. They fail to see the basic biology going on here. So, alright, so what's the harm with the anti-GMO crowd? What's the beef with them? Well, really what's happened there is you have an entire crowd that started out good. They started out as the organic industry, which is good. Who doesn't want to eat good, healthy food? But it's morphed into a completely insane Monsanto's taking over the world, and they could give a shit about you, and they want to kill you meme. How many times if you bring up the anti-GMO thing to someone, the first thing you're going to hear is, you're a shill for Monsanto and a corporate blah, 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 blah. No. The science across the board indicates that any GMO crop that's approved for the market today is certainly safe to eat. And not to mention that Monsanto isn't even the biggest player. So if you're one of those people that needs insulin, what are you going to do? Reject it because it's a genetically modified organism? Now, biotechnology and some of these rabid folks that are this anti-science are really some nutty people. So I'm sure you'll encounter them, and I'll hear a few of them from in the comments. I'm sure a few of them will show up. But so what's the harm? The harm here is they're holding back beneficial technology that can actually feed people, keep people alive. I don't know. I consider not starving people to death to be a good thing. So the more food we can produce for the next 3 billion people that are going to show up on this planet in the next little while, the better. Technology, we need it. Number 6. These are the anti-vaxxers. Oh, come on, these people are crazy. There's no reason whatsoever to not vaccinate your kid. And it's actually really, really, in my opinion, the worst parenting you could do would be not to vaccinate your kid. Measles? Are you kidding me? That's the easiest one to stop ever. And people are afraid of that. The biggest reaction being, oh, a little red spot on little Johnny's arm. Oh my gosh. It's really, really rare. So, yeah, the anti-vaxxer crowd. So what's the harm? Well, sick people. Sick people that die. That's the harm. Number 5. Number 5's a fun one. It's fear of the apocalypse. Yes. Because everybody knows the world is going to end, and it's been wanting to end. It's been scheduled to end now for I don't know how many times. I've certainly lost track. Well, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, whatever. But the end is coming, So let's be sure we fear it all the time, and do whatever you got to do to keep that fear going. Because there's people that benefit from that. So what's the harm? What's the harm in believing that the world's going to end tomorrow? I'm not even going to explain that one. I hope you can get it. Number 4. Intelligent design. Alright, so what's the harm of intelligent design? Well, besides the fact that it's just wrong and makes people ignorant of the real science that we do know about the world. Again, this is another one that fleeces people's money needlessly. There's no reason to think there's an intelligent designer that did anything. This leads people down the path of ignorance, losing money and making them stupid. It's harmful. We don't need it. Moving on. Number 3. All right, so number 3 is a big one. Sort of covers most of what we're talking about here in a general way, but it does cover a wide variety of topics that I just didn't mention. And this is a general denial of science. What this is basically saying is everything that is not science, all the pseudo-sciences, well, those are good. So this is a long list of stuff. Science deniers, that's the climate change folks, that's the evolution deniers, that's all those folks that refuse to think with evidence. The evidence-based thinkers that aren't in the room. And so what's the harm in denying science? Well, science is really the best method we know how to determine what's true. It's really that simple. To my knowledge, there is no other good method to determine our best idea of what's true and what isn't true, what works, what doesn't work. The only way that can happen is through proper evidence-based thinking, using the methods of science. If there's another way, folks can tell me that praying about it doesn't work. I mean, hey, nothing feels like prayer. But hey, we're getting down to it now. So number 2, this is sort of another fun one I had to throw in. Oh, cool, wait. Yeah, man. Alright, so number 2. Number 2 sort of doesn't apply to everybody. It certainly doesn't apply to me or most of the people I know. But it is a fun one nevertheless. So number 2 is world domination. I love this idea. It seems like every moron in history wants to dominate the world. And, it never works. Although it does make for great James Bond movies. So, if we didn't have that idea, we probably wouldn't have any good James Bond movies. But still, this is an idea that's just stupid. What harm does it do? Yikes. I hope that one's pretty obvious. Just pick your doofus from history that decided it was his turn to rule the world and the carnage that ensued. And you probably get your answer. Just not a good idea. Number 1. This is, by far, the stupidest idea that does, in my opinion, the most harm. It is gods. God! Yeah, I don't care what your God is, what you believe, whatever it is. In all of the history of mankind, all of the gods that have been created, all of the ideas, we still don't have any evidence for any God anywhere, period, nothing, no Allah, no Zeus, no Jesus, no nobody. So what's the harm in believing in these imaginary critters? Well, first of all, there's no evidence for the thing. And you can ask 10 different people what God is, and you're going to get 10 different answers. There's no universality with God. This is an idea that's purely man-made. It's doing great harm to humanity. One just need to pick up a newspaper, read the events around the world. From great human atrocity all the way down to just little kids thinking that Noah's Ark is real. So all these things are stupid ideas. They do great harm. They do great harm. Both physical harm and mental harm. This idea has been holding humanity back for far too long. It's time we abandon it. So there you go. And that's my top 10 stupid ideas that do harm. Thanks for watching. Let's watch a few ways.